What is up, you guys? Navikon here, bringing you my perspective as to what Undertaker is bringing us, and welcome to a special episode of this unscripted discussion video. This discussion video, I'll be talking about the Copa America 2024 edition. Uh, the reason why I say it's a special episode is because this is a sports tournament. I rarely, if at all, cover sports in this channel. But the reason why I'm covering this tournament in particular is because it's going to be very hard for me to ignore it. But thankfully, I will not be discussing this tournament all alone. I got three other people with me. And the first person I'll be introducing is a returning member of the discussion series. He will be representing La Bicolor Carbs. How are you doing today?
Glad to be here, Nomicon. Excited to talk about a different topic from our usual take. And yeah, I can't wait to get this discussion started.
And the next person is a football soccer enthusiast, and he will be representing La Selección Mexicana Valdivs. How are you doing today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm doing great. It's an honor for you to even pick me out of everyone, to be honest. Honor to be here.
Yeah, yes, sir. And the last person I will be introducing is another fellow football enthusiast, and he will be representing La Tricolor B. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on. It's my first time here. I'm excited.
Of course, of course. So, for those of you that have been wondering, what is the Copa America? Well, this will be the first time I will be watching this live since I'm more familiar with the Gold Cup and the World Cup. So, I'm gonna let Carbs have this. I'm gonna let Carbs tell you guys what the Copa America is. So, Carbs, take it away.
All right. So La Copa America, similar to El Balón de Oro, is all Latin American countries, including North America, the US, coming together and having their own soccer tournament. Throughout the years, there have been multiple different Latin American countries as champions of La Copa America. And unlike the World Cup, this one you could say belongs to Los Latinos because this one is very special to just us. It also gives an opportunity for the lesser known country, like Hispanic countries, to have like their part in the soccer industry. Because sadly, some of them can't make it all the way to the Copa Mundial, but the Copa America is a great opportunity for every country to prove that they are the best within each other.
Alrighty then. So, and then the next thing we'll discuss is the Copa America being in the U.S. Since the Copa America is a South American tournament, being in the U.S. for like the second time is kind of or kind of weird. Yeah. This is not the first time the U.S. has hosted this tournament. They first hosted this tournament in 2016, and it was supposed to celebrate 100 years of the tournament. And it being in the U.S. for the second time left a bitter taste in a lot of South Americans' mouth. So, Carbs, what do you think of this year's Copa America being in the U.S.?
Well, me being American and having the Copa America finally coming to the US is honestly a dream come true because, man, it's been years where I've been watching the Copa America. I never actually would have guessed that it would come to the US, knowing that it's mostly just Latin American countries that play. But because it's here in the US, I'm glad that I can probably maybe this year go to a game to just have that experience. But I can see why many Latin Americans will get mad at the fact that it's in the US and not in actual Latin American countries since it is la Copa America. But you also have to give the people who came to the US a chance to actually see it again. Because imagine you live in any Latin American country and you finally come to the US, but you also miss that opportunity of going to one of the biggest games of the year. But now that it's gone to the US, I can say, for example, like my parents, they probably happy that they can finally watch La Copa America live in person here in the US. Unlike other countries, for example, since I'm from Peru, it's like my family from Peru get to watch, they get to experience that. But finally, I have the opportunity to experience that, so I can see why there's counter arguments for it.
Alrighty then. So Val, from a Mexican perspective, what are your thoughts on the Copa America being in the U.S.?
I'm not gonna lie, I have like two sides on this because as a fan, like a casual fan, like if I'm from a casual fan's perspective, it's cool because like we could go watch the games and stuff. It's more easier to access. But as someone that keeps up with Mexico like 24/7, I feel like it's bad because US is like our second home. Like it's not really a something new. Like we always play here all the time. I would have liked it to be over there in South America so we could feel the pressure even more. Like it's even more pressure playing in the US because like our fans always pull up deep. I would have liked to see how we would do over there in South America if the fans would come up deep as well.
Yeah, yeah. I am certain that the fans will show up if it was in a South American country. What
So
about you, B?
wait, I got one more thing. One more
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
One more
Of
thing.
course, of course, of course. Go ahead, go ahead.
Plus, like the fact that we always play in the US all the time and we rarely play in our home. And if it's in our home, it's in the Azteca only 24/7. Like that bothers me in my opinion because like, damn, bro, like if we want to get better, let's go like travel somewhere else type stuff. You get me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I absolutely agree. Like Mexico have been recently. So if you guys didn't know, Mexico have been recently playing in their friendlies in the U.S., which is absurd to me.
Very absurd.
Yeah, like imagine in England playing their friendlies. It instead of England, they played their friendlies in Scotland. They played their friendlies in Wales. Does that
Yeah,
sound
yeah.
absurd to you?
I
Yeah,
mean, yeah.
that sounds dumb. But
But
it's so weird how like why would they play in the US? Like why can't they just play in like not I wouldn't say just their own country, but like somewhere else, not just the US.
I agree. Like in the last year, like for the games for Uzbekistan and Australia, it was supposed to be South Korea and Saudi Arabia instead, and we were gonna play them in Spain. But we canceled it because supposedly it wouldn't make enough money. I'm like, what? Who cares about that? Like if you want to get better, like it's better to play over there. But so they ended up switching up the dates and switching up the teams to play over here in the US. Like the same thing we always do.
what the fuck, man? This federation, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh God. All right, all right. How about you, B? What are your thoughts on the Copa America being in the U.S. instead of your home country, Ecuador?
Well, I mean, I'm fine with it because normally they rotate among the South American countries, and this time was supposed to be Ecuador. And with their domestic situation being really bad right now, they decided not to host. So, and then they decided to do it in the US, which is, for me, it's fine because since the World Cup is in the US in 2026, it allows the countries to prepare. So, I mean, this time I'm fine with it. But in the future, it'd be good to play them in different countries to get used to playing in different venues and everything. So,
Yep, I understand that. Well, with that out of the way, let's head on to the group stages. Let's start with Group A. Group A is Argentina, Peru, Chile, Canada or Trinidad and Tobago. Let's pretend Canada is on this roster. All right, Carbs. Since you're representing Peru, what can you expect with Group A? Carbs. Hello, Carbs. Okay. All right. So all right. I guess I'll start. So uh,
Wait, hold up.
yeah,
Before we move on,
yeah.
what are your thoughts on the US hosting the Copa?
Okay. I didn't. Okay. For me, I didn't care. I didn't care honestly. Like I didn't know like it was a big. I didn't know like it was a big deal. I was like Oh, okay. They did hosted it before, so it's not like it's foreign territory for them. But no, it caused a huge uproar. Like I remember one of the YouTubers named Deadball TV. They were shitting on this decision
Yeah.
hardcore. Like, but for me, I was like, okay, I don't care. Like, because apparently the 2016 version was the most successful Copa America ever. So I was if they want to replicate that success this year, so be it.
I feel you.
All right.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yep. Carb. All right. Carbs.
Oh, okay.
All right. Carbs.
Man,
So what do you?
the lineup for it was Peru. Okay, so I understand Peru versus Chile. That might be an interesting game. But then once you get to Peru versus Argentina, come on, that's a one-sided win. Like we've all like every game that Peru and Argentina have been, it's either ended with Argentina winning, demolishing us, or ending in a tie, or if not, a last-minute goal by Argentina. And man, that it. But Peru versus Canada, I don't think we've ever had a match like that. Peru versus Canada. This might be the first time Peru's actually ever played against Canada. That might be an interesting one. I might be looking forward to that one because I don't know how Peru will play against a country that they've never played against.
Okay. All right. So okay. So for me, Argentina's top of the group. There's no argument to be made about that. But as for the other three, hmm, okay. For me, in terms of who's getting second place, for me it's a tie between Chile and Canada. For me it's because Canada has they got Alfonso Davies, they got Jonathan David, they got Steven Eustachio, they got Tejan Buchanan, who's now signed for Inter Milan. I mean he's on the bench, but like he's there for he's there for the long term. Let's just say that. I don't I don't know what Peru is doing, but like from the qualifiers, it is looking rough. But the reason why I said Chile is because they got a coach named Ricardo Gareca. Gareca has I don't know what Gareca has. Yeah, Gareca. He was your former coach for Peru.
Yeah, and sadly he is not anymore, which is
Yeah,
why we're doomed.
yeah. But Chile's squad, they're still relying on their golden generation. Where their golden generation is old as shit. They're still relying on Arturo Vidal, Claudio Bravo, Alexis Sanchez. But Alexis Sanchez is still balling though. But he's still balling for Inter. But for me, I think I might give the slight edge towards Chile. But in third place is going to be Canada, and then fourth place for me it's Peru. All right, Val. Give us your predictions for how Group A is going to go.
Assuming Canada makes it, which I'm sure they will. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I got Argentina topping the group, and I want to say Canada second, but at the same time, like I don't know about their defense, man. Sometimes their defense be lacking, especially their goalie sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't know if they could probably handle Alexis, but like I don't know. They've never really been tested like that either. Besides the World Cup, and when the World Cup came, they fucking got smacked.
Yeah,
sorry for the cursing. They got smacked, you know.
Yeah,
And
they got exposed.
They got exposed really bad, and I don't think do they even have a new coach yet?
No, they still haven't.
Yeah, it's even worse. Plus, I heard like there's a lot of turmoil going on over there with them not getting paid either.
Yeah,
and then they rarely get any friendly games. So it's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
I want to lean, like on Canada going by their talent because they're not that old. But at the same time, I feel like Chile, their experience. This one, I'm gonna just go with Chile on this one because I feel like they have more experience, although they are old. But I'm pretty sure they could keep up with Canada.
Yeah. That's how I feel too. All right, All right.
I love how everyone agrees that Peru is gonna fumble a lot.
Yep.
They're gonna
I didn't even mention you guys because, like, no
That's
offense,
crazy.
I don't have any faith in Peru.
Yes.
I got nothing.
I don't know. At this point, we need a miracle. Like, yeah, the thing about
If you guys
Peru
can pull
team
off
is
some
that
draws and one win, hey, bro, that's all that matters. It depends on that Argentina game.
The thing is, we can maintain a tie throughout the entire game. It's just at the last few minutes where we fumble, and then that's when we all just like lose completely. That's what happened with the last game against Argentina.
I feel you.
And you, B, what are your predictions for Group A?
I mean, for me, obviously, Argentina is going to finish first, but the second spot is wide open. I mean, Peru, Chile, and Canada are all going to have new coaches. So, I mean, who knows how those teams will be playing at that point. If I had to pick for a second spot, I'd probably go for Canada just based on top level talent. But I mean, for me, it's wide open.
Okay, I see. All right, let's go to Group B. Group B is gonna be Mexico, Ecuador, Venezuela, and Jamaica. All right, Val, I'm gonna let you have this one. What are your predictions?
You guys might find me crazy for saying this, but I don't know why. But I feel like Mexico's going to top the group. I've been saying this in the court for a long time now. Even though I do troll sometimes, but honestly, I feel like we're going to top the group because I know we're not doing good right now. And Jamaica, well, to be honest, it could go either way if I'm being honest. Because Jamaica, I feel like that the first game is going to be important for us, in my opinion. Because every time we face Jamaica, somehow, some way, we seem to struggle with them because they're so physical. And then Venezuela, like, I heard that they're very good at defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel like we should have more talent than Venezuela. And then when it comes to Ecuador, B, I don't know. Like, I know you're the Ecuadorian here, but I'm not buying it. If I'm being honest, I'm not buying the Ecuadorian hype. More so because you guys usually average like one goal a game. Granted, our defense is horrible, and the easiest way to beat us is, set pieces. And Ecuador, I'm pretty sure, could easily score on us like that. But I feel like we should have more talent than every other team in here. Attacking wise is not the case though.
I see. All right, B. You represent La Tricolor, Ecuador. All right, what are your predictions?
Honestly, I don't think the talent between Mexico and Ecuador is really that close. Ecuador is more talented. There's no question in my mind. I mean, in terms of top level players, especially on the defensive end. And I'm not really convinced with Mexico's attackers. I mean, that being said, though, I think the group can go any way. Any team can advance. Any team can finish last, in my opinion.
I agree.
As far as predictions go, I think I'm gonna have Ecuador first, and then Mexico second. And honestly, I don't really trust Jamaica because they can't really put it together, but they do have talent, so they could advance.
All right, so for me, I'm gonna have Ecuador topping the group. For me, it's because they got several players playing at the high level. They got Caicedo playing for Chelsea, although for some reason he's not doing shit over there. They got Estupiñán, who's playing for Brighton. I believe I got that right. I don't know. Ender Valencia is still balling out in. I believe he's playing in the Brazilian league, or I don't know.
Yeah, he's at Inter in Porto Alegre right now.
Oh, okay.
So he's in Brazil right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. It's not like they lack players playing in the high level leagues. They got that down. And also that they're using a wonder kid, Kendry Baez. I don't know what club he's playing right now, but he's like a high level prospect.
He's at Independiente del Valle in Ecuador.
He's going to Chelsea at 18. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, he's already been signed by Chelsea for about 20
dang.
mil.
Oh,
So they got a little superstar in there.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the kid I want to see the most. He has a lot of hype from the court. I just want to see him play for the national. I've seen him for the national team already. I'm not gonna lie, he's pretty good.
Starter, so, yeah.
He's already pretty good. I want to see him in the Copa America though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See how he goes up against like the bigger leagues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. In terms of talent, I feel like Ecuador should top the group. And as for the second, I might have to give Mexico the edge because they got Santiago Jimenez. He's scoring goals all the time at Feyenoord. Edson Alvarez has been killing it with West Ham United at the Premier League. As for Irving Lozano, I don't know what he's doing at PSV, honestly. And they also got Julian Quinones. He's been balling out with Los Águilas de América. They also got Luis Chavez, one of the best free kick takers I've probably ever seen. If I'm being honest with you, and now they finally replaced Memo Ochoa with Luis Malagon. He's actually very good. He's very good.
I would hope so, but Jimmy, a coach I don't rate at all, he has yet to impress me. He's a coach that has favorites, especially from the Olympic team where they won bronze.
Yeah.
He seems to start those players from that Olympic team that are not even good. I don't know why he does that 24/7. And actually, let me say my piece on Santiago Jimenez. This year, for 2024, he's in shambles, not gonna lie. I know it's just 5 games, but from the games that I've seen, he scored 1 goal and he played good that game. And the 2 games after that, he was all right. But the last 2 games, awful. His last game that he played, his last game today, he played today. They subbed him off. He did awful. And then the game before that, no shot on target whatsoever. And when he got the ball, he would lose it like automatically. That's honestly pretty scary to me because all we got so far is Henry, Raul Jimenez, and Santi Jimenez. And all 3 of those guys, like I would pick Santi, of course, but Raul, he had a little 1 week of popping off and then he just died down because he's also injured as well. Henry, he only pops off for Club America. I don't know why, but when it's the national team wise, more so probably because none of our strikers get service. We're also lacking an attacking midfielder. But I feel like we got that in hand already with Quinones. If we could play Quinones as an attacking midfielder, I think it would be great. But other than that, our striker is up in the air right now.
I think the only problem is their defense. They start the defense is Jorge Sanchez, Gerardo Arteaga, and who else? I think it's Jesus Gallardo. They 2 out of those 3 players just came back from Liga MX, which is not a very good sign in my eyes. That's just me.
Arteaga came back, yeah. Jorge Sanchez was to come back as well, but the deal fell through, so he's still staying in Porto.
Oh,
thankfully.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't rate him at all whatsoever. To me, he shouldn't even be starting. He should be a bench player. If Jimmy gets the lineup right, top to bottom, I'm telling you, like, this will be like, we'll top the group for sure. But knowing him and his favorites, and he subs at the 70th minute, I don't know why. When we're in shambles, I don't know. I don't trust that coach at all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
The thing is, I think he's trying to do one of those comeback moments, but it honestly just fails.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, from the games that I've seen, and when he makes those changes usually make a difference. And somehow, some way, when we're losing, we managed to tie, but we never managed to go for, like, comeback win. We just managed to tie it, which is, I don't know, to me, like, that's kind of interesting in the Mexican team because, like, they don't stop fighting, but at the same time, like, what's so good of a tie? Like, we need the points, we need to win, you know?
Like, might as well just like have them like score points at the beginning and then substitute so that they can, just maintain it at least. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And also, like,
try to actually win, not just tie.
Also, like, if someone's playing bad, take them out immediately. Don't wait until, a mistake. Like, let's say we have this player that we usually start and it's one of his favorites, Luis Romo. Bro, he averages a freaking mistake every game he plays. Like, they take away the ball from him. It usually leads to a goal or almost a goal. Like, that guy got to go. I don't know. Jimmy has favorites, and I hate that. I get it. Every coach has favorites, but like, damn, like at some point you got to realize like this guy's not it. You know, there's probably some young kid over there in MX, which is rare that we have in here right now. Probably balling that could take his position.
Yeah. All right. As for third place, I might have to go with Venezuela because somehow, some way, they've been balling out in the South American qualifiers. For some reason, they've managed to tie against Brazil, which is unheard of. And I think
Wait,
they and
they tied with Brazil?
that's what I've heard. Uh,
Was it a tie or was it a win?
No, they drew at Brazil, I think.
Because I remember
1-1.
that last minute Bello, whatever his name was, Chilena. I don't know if that was a goal, like for the win or for the tie. I forgot.
It was a draw.
Damn, that's impressive.
yeah, they've been balling out. So I have them on third and Jamaica fourth because I don't. Although they do have a very talented attacking, they do have talented attacking players. I just don't trust them. Their defense is their defense is doo doo. If I'm being honest, so the other three players, the other three countries will expose them very quickly. That's just me. All right, and all right. How about you, Carbs? What can you expect from Group B?
All right. Well, I mean, we all pretty much just already shared our our opinions on this, talking about a lot about Ecuador and Mexico. But for me, I don't know because between both of Ecuador and Mexico, Ecuador rising up, Mexico probably staying at its place. I don't know. Both either Ecuador and Mexico for me are the top two, and in between Venezuela and Jamaica, gosh, probably I might. It's probably a tie for both because I don't know. I haven't really seen Jamaica play that much or at all. But if, like you said, they have a horrible defense, then yeah, they probably don't stand a chance against Ecuador and Mexico.
I have
Uh,
a question. I have a
you-
question for B. B, is there any weakness for the Ecuadorian team? Like, what would be their main weakness?
Oh, definitely. I mean, obviously the attack struggles. It has been struggling a little bit, but I do think that's also partly on our coach, who the jury's still out on him. For me, yeah, I think if we played more of a transition game, it would be better for us because Valencia and our other attacking players like to play in space, but he's all about slow build up and it really stagnates the offense. And then also, I think we have a lot of young players. We're doing a really good job of developing talents in Ecuador with certain youth clubs. So that's really giving us more talent. But right now they're still pretty young, so we'll see.
Okay. All right. Let's head to Group C. The Group C is the United States, Uruguay, Panama, and Bolivia. All right. I'm gonna start this because I'm representing the United States. So, all right. So, all right. Here's my predictions for the group stage. I have Uruguay topping the group, the United States in second place, Panama in third, and Bolivia in fourth. All right. I have Uruguay first place because, bro, they got Marcelo Bielsa coaching, and they got some very good ballers. They got Federico Valverde from Real Madrid, Darwin Nunez from Liverpool. There's a third player that is playing for like a top level club, but he's in the tip of my tongue. But yeah, those two players. Oh yeah, Ronald Adrajo from Barcelona. Those are three very significant players that do make a difference for Uruguay. These guys are genuine ballers. Although Darwin Nunez does choke in Liverpool a lot of the times, but trust me, he's a baller. If Marcelo if they let Marcelo Bielsa cook, I have them as one of the contenders for Copa America, if I'm being honest. And as for the United States, we all of our players, all of our starters are playing in Europe. We got Christian Pulisic playing in AC Milan, Weston McKennie balling out for Juventus. Gio, and who do we got a lot of players playing in like several top five leagues. We got Tim Marine playing in Fulham, and Jedi Robinson has been balling out for Fulham as well. Like it's crazy how much he's balling out. And Luca De La Torre, he's been balling out in Geta de Vigo, and Johnny Cardoso, he's doing very well in Real Betis. I think our only weakness, our only setback is Matt Turner. Matt Turner as the goalkeeper, he's doing. Okay, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He's not doing good in the Premier League. He was like the main goalie for Nottingham Forest. Yeah, he's been struggling. Although I do think that half of it is on their defense. Their defense is dookie, but Turner himself is not helping his case all that much. And our coach Greg Berhalter is terrible. He is so bad. He does very stupid tactics. He he makes awful subbing choices, and he always does the 4-3-3 lineup. Like there's nothing wrong with the 4-3-3 lineup, but he does it all the time. Just change it up for once for me, please. Oh yeah, there's also some couple players I forgot to mention. We got some strikers like Flair and Balogun. He's struggling in Monaco, but trust me, he's by far our best striker. We got Ricardo Pepi we got three American players at PSV. We got Balak Tillman, Serginho Dest, and Ricardo Pepi, all playing at PSV. They're doing very well over there. And we got Yunus Musa, who's doing very well at AC Milan as well. So, and as for the third place, I got Panama. They got most of their players, I believe, are playing at the MLS, but don't let that fool you because a couple of their players are ballers. The main player I think about is Adalberto Carrasquilla. He is a baller at Houston Dynamo. Yeah, I think he's like their star player for Panama. I think they could make an upset if they play if Thomas Christensen, their coach, plays his cards right. Bolivia, I got nothing. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. Although I do think I don't know what the name of their striker is. I think that he's on. I think this will be his last. I think this will be his last hurrah. This tournament. But yeah, Bolivia. I got nothing. They're not good. They suck. All right, Val. What are your predictions for Group C?
Uruguay, top in the group, hands down. I don't think I see any of the teams giving them an issue, to be honest. Not even USA.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, no disrespect to USA, but I absolutely
agree.
Think from like the way that they play is so fast paced. Sometimes it's a little erratic in the back. Especially they've been starting this guy from America. I don't know if he still plays for America now, but Cáceres, I think is his name. He's somewhat all right, but on the ball he's awful. He's a little awful, but defensively he's good. I feel like he's like the only player like the defensive way you could expose, but he also has like Araujo next to him. It's kind of hard to break through. But I feel like if you guys want to beat them, you just have to go like back and forth with the speed. Because to me, Tim Weah is an important player to you guys. If he's injured, I don't know what you guys are gonna do. I feel like Tim Weah is very important. I feel like he's very, very important to.
Yeah, he is.
And I believe he's injured right now. I'm not too sure, but he's very important to the U.S. in my opinion, especially when the long balls go through him. They pass the long balls to him, and he just beats everyone with his speed. His finishing it's all right, but in my opinion, USA second place. You know, it's USA. I wanted to say Panama, like maybe they're ready, but I don't think Panama's ready yet. I don't think they've ever faced competition like this ever. To be honest, they're like known for a CONCACAF, although they're like going up, and they have like a couple of players playing like in some of these like Polish leagues or like Belgian leagues. You know, it's cool for them because you know Panama to me always sucked, but now they're good now, especially the coach. I like their coach a lot. He's brought the best out of Carrasquilla, especially. Carrasquilla is, bro, he's like, without him, it's over for Panama, bro. He's like, how do I say it? Like he pulls the strings like a puppet. Like everything revolves around him, bro. Like he with good long balls. Defensively, he's all right. Like to me, he's the best player for Panama. Without him, I think it's gonna be doomed. Barring like every team, hopefully every team is healthy. Because I don't want to hear no excuses for each group. I would hope every team is healthy, especially USA. I would hope they're healthy, and Bolivia, that they're just happy to be here.
Yeah, basically.
That's just crazy. Happy
all
to
right.
be here.
All right, Carbs. What can you expect from Group C?
All right, so Group C for me is actually an interesting group because it has US, it has Uruguay, Panama, and Bolivia. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. Bolivia, they're good and all, but like, they gotta go. Right. Nope, they're last. But I mean, I will give them this. At least they did win one Copa America, so I'll give them that. And for me, third place is probably gonna have to be, probably Panama. Just because I'm not familiar with their team, but considering it's the US or Uruguay, I will give the third place to Panama. But between the US and Uruguay, the thing is Uruguay has just as many wins as Argentina does. So they're pretty good when it comes to La Copa America. So I will give the victory for Uruguay in Group C. Their top spot, USA probably second, Panama third, and Bolivia fourth.
All right, B. Well, what are your predictions for Group C?
Well, I mean, let me start by addressing Bolivia winning the Copa America. It was in 1963, so it doesn't really have any relevance to today.
We weren't even born.
But right now, Bolivia is by far the worst team in CONMEBOL, I think, and they don't really have too many good players coming up. I don't think. As far as the group goes, I think it's clearly going to be Uruguay first, the US second, Panama third, and then Bolivia.
Yep. All right. I think we're all in agreement on this one. All right. Let's go to Group D. We got Brazil, Colombia, Paraguay, and either Honduras or Costa Rica. Let's pretend it's Honduras, because I kind of don't trust Costa Rica. They're struggling. But anyways. For Group D, ooh, okay. For me, topping this group is interesting. So usually I would have Brazil topping this group, but they've been struggling. They've been struggling lately. So it could be interesting. But since they announced their new coach Dorival Jr. Like if they give if Dorival Jr. gives Brazil stability, yeah, they're gonna top the group absolutely. But we don't know that yet. So I if in terms of topping the group, I might give Colombia the edge. Well, I know that James Rodriguez is still playing, but at the Brazilian league with Sao Paulo, and their star player Luis Diaz, he's been balling out with Liverpool. I think Falcao is still playing. I could be wrong on that front. But yeah, they're Colombia. Not they don't underestimate these guys. Yeah, yeah, they're. I could say they're title contenders as well. And Brazil, I do have them at second. I do have them at second place because they do got fantastic players: Vinicius, Bruno Guimaraes, Alisson, Endrick, Rodrigo. Yeah, they got some ballers, a lot of ballers out there. And for third place, I got Paraguay. Um, I think it's mainly because of Miguel Almiron and Ciso. Both of these players play in the Premier League, but yeah, and I got Honduras top, and I got Honduras at the bottom. I think they could give Paraguay a good match, but I just don't see them. I just don't see them winning against Paraguay. That's just me. All right, Val. What are your predictions for Group D?
Of like a few months ago, I had Brazil. I was thinking like, maybe their talent gonna just carry them away. But after what I saw, like against Colombia, I feel like Colombia they have their number now. They know how to beat them. Granted, they didn't have a they didn't have a coach at all. Like the coach was coaching both teams, Brazil and his club. Like to me, that doesn't make sense. That's like a lot of
Yeah.
things to juggle. I would hope that the new coach that they got would figure things out. I was hoping it was gonna be what's his name from Real Madrid. I thought
Carlo
that was the
Ancelotti.
rumor. Yeah, I thought that was the rumor going around. So I was kind of like excited. I'm like, oh, he knows how some Brazilian players play. But that didn't end up happening. So I was like, damn. Like at that point, I'm like, I'm just leaning on Colombia because I feel like Colombia they have their number if they start the right players. To me, they have a good bench that like if you throw them on when you need a goal, they're gonna score. But to me, it all depends on Luis Diaz. If he shows up in the tournament, for sure they're gonna have a good run. But it depends on him, in my opinion.
Uh, uh,
And
mhm.
and Paraguay second. I mean third, and Honduras. Sadly, I want them to make it. Like, don't get me wrong, because to me they're like I don't know. After what I saw against Mexico, like, I actually enjoyed watching them, and they're also happy to be here as well. I would hope that they would qualify. They're most likely going to be bottom of the group, but it'll be a good experience for them, in my opinion.
Mhm. All right, Carbs. What is your prediction on Group D?
All right. Group D, final group. All right. So Brazil, Colombia, Paraguay, and we said Honduras, right?
Yes, Honduras.
Yeah. All right. So I will say, as previously stated, Honduras, I wish they could do four. You could say, like, I wish they could, like, make it farther. But considering there's a lot of tough competitors in this group, I sadly can't see them higher than third place. But um, Colombia and Paraguay seem to be rising up in skill, and again, Brazil sadly is starting to decline. I mean, they haven't really been playing as well as they used to in these recent matches. And seeing how Colombia was it Colombia that beat Brazil, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah, seeing how Colombia beat Brazil, I'm excited and I'm excited and hope that they've been practicing more and more so that when it comes to that match of Brazil versus Colombia, I can't wait to see if they would actually beat Brazil and get them out as early as possible so that it gives opportunity for other countries. Peru. But that's just me.
Mm. All right, B. What are your predictions for Group D?
Honestly, I think the matchup between Honduras and Costa Rica can go either way. Um, I mean, Costa Rica got Gustavo Alfaro, who I like as a coach. I think he's going to make them better. But I guess if I had to choose, I'd probably go with Honduras, just barely though. And then for the group, Brazil has struggled, but I think they still have too much talent. And now that they have a coach, I think they'll figure it out. And I have them finishing first, and then Colombia second, Paraguay third. I mean, Paraguay has struggled a bit in qualifying, but they haven't had Enciso for any of their qualifiers yet, and he's a really good player. So I think once they get him back, they'll be a tough out. But still Brazil and Colombia for me.
All right. All right. Now let's go to the quarterfinals where different teams going against. Now we're going to the knockout rounds, the quarterfinals. As for me, I had for Group A, I had Argentina and Chile, and I had Argentina and Chile, and as for Group B, I had Ecuador and Mexico. So if my predictions become true, the group stage will so the knockout rounds will be Argentina versus Mexico and Chile versus Ecuador. Um, and if so I have Argentina winning against Mexico, and I have Ecuador winning against Chile. And Group C, it'll be like I said, it's Uruguay and the United States, and Group D, it's Brazil and Colombia. And so it'll be. I have if Brazil get if Brazil gets their get gets gets stabilized, I do see the if Brazil gets their stability in check, I do see them giving the edge. I do see them getting the edge against Uruguay, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I think Uruguay might take it. And as for United States and Colombia, I have Colombia winning it. I do not trust Greg Berhalter, honestly. Uh, in my eyes. All right, Val. All right, what are your predictions on the quarterfinals?
Then I got a couple of hot takes about to come in right now.
All right.
Argentina topping the group, like I said, they'd face Ecuador, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I got Ecuador second. All right. Not gonna lie, there's gonna be a little bit of a howler, but I have a feeling. I don't know why I have this feeling, but I think Ecuador would pull it through in pens, in my opinion. I think they're gonna pull it through in pens. I feel like they're just gonna, be bunkering down because I feel like Argentina. They've played. I've seen them play Argentina before, and they don't do that bad. I'm like, I was kind of surprised. I was like, damn, like all right, like that defense is not that bad at all. Argentina is Argentina, so I'm expecting a lot from them. But honestly, I got Ecuador beating them in pens. And then for Chile and Mexico, I got another hot take as well. I feel like this is where Mexico stops. That's it. The run is over. Sadly, I feel like the hype of the revenge game that everyone's gonna be putting on social media, especially through the N and freaking ESPN Deportes, oh, the revenge game, the revenge game. We're gonna have to avenge the 7-0 defeat. I feel like that's gonna be too much pressure to Mexico, especially since I don't buy, like I said, I don't buy Jimmy Lozano at all. He's yet to impress me. I think that's where the Mexico run ends. We should lose to Chile. And that's it. Probably like 1-0. And then on the other side, it would be Uruguay versus Colombia, I think. Or who would it be? It would be Uruguay and Colombia, right?
Who do you have topping Group D?
Colombia.
All right, so it'll be Uruguay versus Brazil since you have them.
Uruguay versus Brazil. Oh yeah, my bad. That one I got Uruguay winning. I don't know why. I have a feeling that this might be their tournament to make a long run actually to the final. And then for Colombia and USA, I mean, I got Colombia winning. As much as I like watching USA play, and I'm not even a USA fan, but I'm a fan of their players. I just don't like the way Greg manages the players, and especially how he plays. A lot of crosses to the box. I don't think that's gonna work against Colombia.
Yeah, it's not. It is really not. I hope he knows, but I doubt. All right, Carbs. What are your predictions for the quarterfinals?
All right, quarterfinals. So considering that in Group A, the people that are going to be moving on are Argentina and Canada, I think, and competing against Group B, if I'm not correct.
Yeah.
In my top two were um, Ecuador and Mexico. Okay, so I know for a fact that Argentina could. I'm saying this could make it to first place. Although I don't know, because Canada has Canada ever played against any other like Latino team that you guys know of?
Besides Mexico, I can't recall.
If when they played against Mexico, did they ever? What was the outcome of that match?
Val?
Honestly, I don't remember. I think we lost to them. To be honest, this was when Canada was having that run. So like
when they were
we lost 1-0 when they were good. Yeah, we lost 1-0. That was the last time we played them.
I don't know, because if Mexico has been lacking a bit, Canada might have the upper hand against Mexico. Although if Ecuador, you know, is getting good and better, and if they work on their struggles, Ecuador could have the upper hand against Canada. So for me, in between those two, like two groups, Group A and Group B in the quarterfinals, probably have to give it to Argentina as the victor and Ecuador. And then for Group C and Group D, okay. So for Group C, I said that Uruguay and the U.S. are going to be the top two, and for Group D, it's going to be Brazil and what was it? I think it was Colombia, something like
Yeah.
Colombia or yeah, Colombia. So, uh oh gosh, this is man. Okay, so the U.S. against let's just put the U.S. versus Brazil.
Bro, they're
I
getting
think
bodied. They're getting
That's gonna
bodied.
be a
I am
crazy
confident
game.
in that. They're getting bodied.
That's a crazy game.
yes. So we all know who the victor for that one would definitely be. Now, Uruguay versus Colombia. That one, I don't know. What do you guys think of that outcome?
I have Uruguay.
Sam.
Uruguay, yeah. I mean, they have been champions for the past year. So so for me, the number one victor would probably be Uruguay and Brazil. Those are for me like the quarterfinals for me. So for me, it'd be Argentina, Ecuador, Uruguay, and Brazil.
Uh, all right, B. What are your predictions for how the quarterfinals will go?
All right, so I had Argentina and Canada from Group A, and Ecuador and Mexico from Group B. So that means Argentina is going to play Mexico in the quarterfinals. And as usual, Mexico will lose to Argentina. Uh, and then I have Ecuador and Canada, and I think Ecuador will take them in a hard fought game. As far as Group C, I had Uruguay and the US, and Group B, I had Brazil and Colombia. And I think it'll be probably Uruguay over Colombia. It's going to be a tough game, but I mean,
That's a
Uruguay
banger of a game.
has a lot of really good players, so I'll go with them. And I think Brazil will
That game is
suffocate
going
the
to have
US.
everybody on the edge of the seats.
Yeah, and then Brazil will suffocate the US. I don't think the US has a
Bro, I don't
chance.
think
I mean,
Dream is gonna be able to handle that attack. Not gonna lie.
Fuck no. Hell no, son.
Serginho, holy.
Bro, bro, Vinicius is gonna outclass Serginho.
He's gonna cook him. He's gonna cook him.
Yeah,
Might lead to some pen.
absolutely. So, all right, let's move on to the semifinals. And the teams that I have are Argentina, Ecuador, Uruguay, and I think I had Colombia. Yeah, Colombia winning against the U.S. Okay, so Argentina versus Ecuador. So Argentina versus Ecuador. Okay.
Wait, wait. Does it flip this year, or does it just stay on the same path?
I'm pretty sure. Wait, how does it work? How does it work actually?
they're on the same side, so groups A and B face each other, and groups C and D face each other.
Okay, yeah. So basically, I have Argentina versus Ecuador and Uruguay versus Colombia. Okay, so Argentina versus Ecuador, I have Argentina winning it, and as for Uruguay versus Colombia, I have Uruguay winning it. All right, Val, it's your turn.
It would be Ecuador, Chile for me. And not gonna lie, I feel like Ecuador, they're gonna pull it off 1-0. They're gonna make it would be the finals, right?
Yeah, to the final round.
Yeah, I got Ecuador making the finals, bro. This is gonna be Ecuador's year. As much as I say I don't buy the hype, but I feel like certain matchups, like for them, it's like it'll work for them, especially against Chile. In my opinion, I feel like Ecuador would definitely win that. Although they probably have to deal with the attack of Chile, which is not that strong anymore. But I feel like Ecuador can hold it down. And on the other side, it would be Uruguay and Colombia, right? Yeah, I got Uruguay making the final.
Okay. Yeah. All right. How about you, Carbs? What are your predictions for the semis?
All right, semifinals. Honestly, I think all of us have like a very similar semifinals, or I think me and you. For example, for me, my semifinals were Argentina versus Ecuador, and between those two, ooh, nah, I'll definitely give it to Argentina. Now, for me, Uruguay versus Brazil. Oh man, oh God, I don't know. That could go either way. They're both pretty good. I know that Brazil has a pretty honestly, Brazil has a pretty good offense and defense, but in recent times they haven't really been shining as much as they could. Colombia did beat them, but Uruguay and I think I'm gonna give it to Uruguay against Brazil just because Uruguay has more victories playing against them than Brazil has against any of the other countries.
All right, B. What are your predictions for the semis?
Well, first of all, Val, I got to say it's funny that you say the jury is out on Ecuador and you have them in the final. I just think that's really funny.
Yeah, group wise, I got y'all second.
Okay.
I don't got y'all beating us, but I do have you guys having that Peruvian run. Not gonna lie.
All right. Well, as far as the semis go, I have Argentina and Ecuador. I think it's going to be Argentina, unfortunately, and they'll win 1-0. And Ecuador will just sit back and not attack, and they won't have a chance to win because they won't attack. So I think Argentina takes it. And then the other semifinal, I have Brazil and Uruguay, and I think Brazil will figure it out by then. They have too much talent, so I have Brazil winning that 2-1.
Okay. All right. All right, and to the final round for me, that's going to be Argentina versus Uruguay. The last time they faced each other in the qualifying round was when Argentina was at home in like I think it was at the Bombonera, or the River Plate Stadium. I think it was the Bombonera, but Uruguay won 2-0, I believe, at their home, at Argentina's home, which is insane. So I think Uruguay might actually win it all. That that might be a hot take for some of you, since I know that some of y'all have Argentina winning it, but I have Uruguay winning it. That's just me. All right, Val, go ahead. What are your predictions for the final?
I've seen the first game of the qualifiers of Uruguay versus Ecuador. That was a good game, but at the time, to me, Uruguay wasn't playing the way that they were playing. Although they did win the first game against, I guess it was Chile, but I didn't really buy that win. Like I wanted to see them against a good team, and then I seen them against Ecuador. They were still whatever, and then after that, they just started on fire. They were on fire ever since that. Like I don't know, I got them winning 3-0. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a smoke show, Brazil versus Peru type final.
I see. Well, how about you, Carbs?
Oh man, y'all remember that final, Peru versus Brazil? I was As soon as Peru made it to the finals, I was like, well, we had a great run because we all
Bro,
knew
that was a
exactly
good
what was
Copa to watch, bro. Holy.
that was a good, like, honestly, that was probably my favorite one in like years, just because of how like out of nowhere Peru was actually doing amazing, or
Yeah.
it was like they were doing amazing and it was like getting lucky, but also at the fact that like we were able to make it as far as getting to like go up against Brazil. Like we all knew Brazil was gonna make it
Yeah.
far, but we never knew we were gonna make it to the finals with. But every Peruvian, as soon as like we made it to the finals, we were like, "Well, this is fun. Thank you guys for having us." All right, but for the finals for this year, for me, it was gonna be Argentina versus Uruguay, and honestly, I might just like Darwin. I'm gonna give it to Uruguay, although my score predictions is gonna be in the first half. Argentina is gonna make one goal, like it's gonna be 1-0, and then second half it's gonna be 1-1, and I think they are gonna go to penales. And honestly, I think that's where Uruguay is gonna beat them in penales. Like it's gonna be 1-1, and then they're gonna go to penalty kicks, and Uruguay is gonna beat them in penalty kicks.
the thing is, if they go to the if that match goes to the penalties, I think I might have to give it to Argentina because when it comes to the penalties, Dibu's unstoppable. Honestly,
He's impressive. Not gonna lie,
yeah,
his antics are funny.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. But
uh,
I,
uh,
I don't know. We'll have to see once we get there. We'll have to see.
yep.
Unless Peru comes in out of nowhere and they're amazing this year and they win it all. That's gonna be a great match. That's gonna go down straight.
Yep. All right, B. What are your all right, B? Tell us your predictions on the final round.
All right, so I have Argentina Brazil classic matchup. I think I think Brazil will take it, even though Messi will probably get a penalty in the first half. But I think Brazil comes back and takes it 2-1. And it'll be
Whoa.
I think Brazil has a chip on their shoulder, and they're gonna figure it out. They just have too much talent for me.
That'd be the biggest comeback for them, honestly. Like, holy. If they were to win it all like that, new coach, after all they've been going through. But that, let's speak about that Messi getting a pen. Whoa, what is that? What are you trying to say right there, B?
I mean, like
That's crazy.
if Dorival Jr. gives Brazil stability, they're title contenders. That's for damn sure.
But dang, giving a penalty to Messi in the first half. You know
That
what? What's sad is that that's actually pretty normal. Like I'm not surprised by that because it's happened multiple times where most penalties are given to Messi and he ends up giving them the score. And honestly, on some matches, that's what gives them the victory, and it's sad.
bro, Argentina got an easy group, bro. Like,
Yeah,
easy group.
they have the
Holy.
easiest group out
Oh
of
my
every single
god.
country. Yeah,
The,
yeah. I don't.
the day
Uh,
Messi retires is the day Argentina is gonna fall.
I mean, and Group A, that's a one-sided group. Group B, I consider that a group of death. Maybe
I
that's
do
just
too.
me.
I do too.
Group C, that's also easy to predict, but again, Panama may ball out. And as for Group D, also pretty easy, but if that new coach doesn't give Brazil any stability, yeah, I think Paraguay might be able to move forward. But anyways, yeah, June cannot come soon enough. I'm excited for the Copa America. We got a lot of soccer tournaments, the Copa America, and also the UEFA European Championship will be around the same month. I think the European Championship will start like days before the Copa America. But I'm personally more excited for the Copa America.
And
But
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, the June is going to be a big month for soccer, but it's good. But it's going to be hype. It's, I just hope that I can watch those games. I just hope that I can watch those games. Whenever I get off work is all.
and
yeah,
Yeah,
same. Or I don't want to have to put my phone somewhere, like lean it towards like an item just for me while I'm doing my work. Just so I
I
can watch the game.
I mean, even if I have that ability, I mean, even if I am allowed to use my phone, I would have no way to watch it because I don't know what streaming service is airing the Copa America or the European Championship.
Wait, it's not gonna be on Peacock.
No,
Oh, frick. Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
everything's always on Univision, so I'll be surprised if it's not on Univision.
No,
Univision.
like yeah. If you're like using your phone, like I mean, if you download the Univision app, maybe. But like in any other streaming service, or you could just go on TikTok. Like that's what I do sometimes. I go to
Oh
TikTok and watch it.
yeah. Okay, I remember. Yeah. My uncle usually does that. He did that for a Champions League match between Liverpool and Real Madrid.
Yeah, because
And
nowadays YouTube is just done with like soccer games. They block everything.
he and my the same uncle I had, he also used TikTok to watch the Madrid derby like a few days ago. So I mean, TikTok could be a viable option, but I don't know. But I don't know, man. I don't know if anyone is it. Well, I don't know if anyone wants to do that, but hey, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, another option would be just to quit your job right before the tournament, and so you can watch all the games. Just start it up.
Not gonna lie, bro. I have like two vacation weeks. I'm thinking of using them for the fucking Copa Deras.
I
Yep.
can't quit this job.
Yep.
How am I gonna afford the World Cup tickets? I have to start saving now.
I
Oh,
can't,
bruh. I
I
want to
can't
go to
even.
the Copa. I want to go to the World Cup.
Bro, don't even get me started on the World Cup. We're not even there yet.
We might as well be. Do you know how many? Bro, I'm seeing the World Cup Instagram. They're hiring every celebrity right now to like give it hype, and it's hilarious.
Bro, Kevin Hart and Kim K. Why did they? Why you gotta let them represent the U.S.? Why? Why?
That's so like generic.
Bro,
Like Kevin Hart.
yeah,
Kim K knows nothing about ball, bro. She just goes to the games and
yeah,
that's it.
dude, like they picked the worst. They picked some of the worst choices for the U.S. I can't.
You think they had a whole box full of celebrities and they just chose two at random and it was Kevin Hart and Kim K?
Yeah, these guys know nothing about ball. At the very least, get Jenna Ortega. Because she actually
Whoa.
knows ball.
Not gonna lie. Nah, never mind.
I know what you're gonna say.
What were you gonna say? What do you mean
Nothing.
by that?
PG.
Hey, we just need Weston McKinney to start dating Jenna Ortega so we can have a power couple like Taylor Swift
Oh my God.
and Travis
Oh
Kelce.
my god. And they're gonna say that she made Weston McKinney famous. Like, oh, brother.
Hey, that makes soccer made.
Only in the U.S. she made Weston McKinney famous. He's already famous in Italy.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. But anyways, get excited for the Copa America at the U.S. in 2024. The rise of the sport in the United States is unfathomable. I've never expected to rise this quickly because like around 10 years ago, I've never seen this. I've never seen this kind of excitement for this. I've never seen this exposure and the awareness for the sport. And nowadays, yeah, it's growing exponentially. 10 years ago, it was pretty easy to ignore the sport. Now, it's getting pretty obvious that this sport is rising quickly, and the Copa America is a very good start, the along with the Olympics happening at Paris 20 along at Paris. So yeah, I'm excited. Along with next year being the Club World Cup in the U.S. and also the 2026 World Cup, and that's gonna be it, you guys. And I'll let you guys know where to find these guys. Starting with Carbs, where can people find you?
Y'all can find me on Instagram at ERCKY05. I'm also gonna start uh on my own little shop on Instagram. It's gonna be a little website that I have where I sell plushies and figures at a great quality for low price.
Yeah. All right, Valdibs. Where can people find you?
On Instagram as well at just.valdivs, just.valdivs.
Alrighty then. How about all right, B. Where can people find you?
I mean, I don't have a channel or anything, but I mean, I'm decently active on Twitter at BMR209. So I mean, I'm a U.S. and Ecuador fan. So I mean, I just like talking soccer. So
Alrighty then. As for me, make sure you guys follow my Instagram, Backlog, and Letterboxd down in the description down below. You can also join my Discord server if you want to. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, you guys, and you like and dislike my video. If and I'll see you guys next time.